Okay. I have no idea if I've been streaming the whole time. I've been talking for about 20 minutes, and I don't think it did anything, so that's nice. And I just also just lost connection, so uh, that's very nice. Very, very nice. Nothing much was happening other than Landon getting the pole, which qualifying for me hasn't even ended yet. But you know, I guess we're just not going to see who gets pole here, which is just unfortunate. But I'm gonna pause the stream now, and I'll come back when I figure it out. Okay, we're back. God, okay. I apologize for any inconvenience. Qualifying is now ended. Great, alright. We joined in right as qualifying ended, but you know what? I guess that's all that matters these days. I don't know. Um, I think it was obvious. I don't know if my streaming thing was on before. But all you gotta know is that Landon Lauterbach beat his time about 3 times in a row. He gets a 1:15.8, and Colin Teague got a 1:16.111. Who also improved his time, as well as the Williams teammate of Hector Garcia. Jose Perez goes fourth. He was around. He had not made a lap until the last second. So in that Red Bull, that is a very good performance for Jose. Beats Jarrett Talmadge and Sebastian Kuklon, who get a better time, but they do not beat the top four. You can look at the rest of the field. But yeah, that is your qualifying. If I did not mention it before, it's race 4. We're at Imola, and we're about to start our sprint very, very shortly. I apologize for any inconvenience. Lots of technical difficulties and quite literal weather delays. You know, lots of wind outside, and it's taken down my power about 3 times today, so that's alright though, because we're here now. Yeah, so this is going to be a very interesting race. Seeing Jose start 4th in the Red Bull is very impressive, and hopefully he can hold on to that for a while. He does have a Red Bull, so he could have the fastest car of the race if he just plays it out right. So he's a very dedicated driver to F1, very solid, consistent driver, and very clean, I think, for the most part. But we'll just have to see how this all plays out into the sprint race, because the sprint, I think, gives you like 8 points for the win, so I'll be interesting to again, interesting. I use that word a lot in this, but it's going to be that way to see how all this will end up. We'll see how everyone starts. Hopefully I don't lag out again, because that was very annoying the first time around. We're on the formation lap now. While I'm here and we're on the formation lap, I'll just start out and say the Online Motorsports Association, we have branched out, made a huge announcement, and we're branching out to 5 series now. So if you've been watching the OMA or have been a part of the league for a long time now, you know probably a little bit about this, but you'd also remember that the OMA started in February of 2018 on NASCAR Heat 2. I think it was Heat 2. And they had the VRC, the virtual racing championship. They had the virtual next series, and they had the truck series, which lasted for only 3 seasons. But VNS and VRC have been here for the last 5 years, and Heat 5 recently, NASCAR Heat 5 has recently had an outage, and so the servers finally came back last second once we had plans made. But since it's back now, our plans are jumbled up. So we got the official plans out. We're gonna have VRC go to iRacing, so we'll have hopefully some iRacing races streamed. We're going to have a 500-mile, 200-lap Daytona 500 race to send off the VRC on Heat 5 next Saturday at 8 p.m. or maybe 7 p.m. I don't know. For DNS, we'll go to the Virtual Heat Series, which will be the main Xfinity series for Heat, the only series for Heat. Well, not technically not, but the highest series for Heat, and we'll be running that out. And yeah, so it'll be a pre-stacked field, but that'll be Friday nights at 8, and then we have OTC on Forza before that at around 6 or 7 potentially, and those are gonna be some really good races. We'll have the truck series as well. But anyways, besides that, we are now lights out for the sprint, and away we go here at Imola. Landon Laudenbach gonna try to hold off the lead against Colin Teague and the Williams. Here they come entering turn 1. Bit jumbled up, but Landon's gonna single out and pull away. You got 2 or 3 cars in the grass. That is a Red Bull, I believe. Both the Red Bulls, I think, caught up in the grass there. It was Jose Perez and Jordan Edwards. Not a very good start for the Red Bulls. Kirsten Bell and I believe Jeffrey Grunke had also made a mistake. Let's get the telemetry and the lap data up with a position change. So, as you can see there, Fisher Giannotti gets 7 spots off the start. So, after not even qualifying, I don't even think. I think it's a very good start. Much needed start for the Alpine. So Landon's gonna start trying to pull away on the Ferrari here with the 2 Williams that string behind. Then of course Sebastian Kukulon and Jarrett Talmadge right behind. So Landon is gonna lead lap 1. Not too sure if there has gonna be like a tire strategy or anything. Probably I could definitely see a safety car. But for right now, it's about looking like these 6 are gonna be the main people. It'll be fighting for this for as many points as possible. But again, not a very good start for about 4 or 5 people. Both Red Bulls. And the Alfa Romeo of Kirsten Bell and Jeffrey Grunke. As it looked like in qualifying, team that Colin Teague and Hector Garcia had really fast cars. They were faster than Sebastian and Jarrett. They're obviously still behind them, but they were certainly faster. And Hector's going to have some trouble holding off these 2, but we'll see how Sebastian can do right here. He's trying to overtake Hector on the inside, entering the first corner. Hector's going to try to keep beside Sebastian. Oh! And Mark Bugan sick. It's a 3-second time penalty, but Sebastian's going to try to pass Hector on the outside, and he makes the overtake. Very risky place to try to pass, but it did work out for Sebastian there. And so Fisher is just behind these 4, but with all the battling, it's slowing the pack up down a little bit, so he can definitely try to work on that. And I think he can get points from where he is right now, but if he can make it past some of those people, that would be huge for the Alpine. Just needs to make no mistakes. Meanwhile, Landon Lautenbach is a second up from Colin Teague, but Teague hasn't tried to leave him yet. Sebastian trying to pass or overtake Hector in the first sector just about a lap ago has really caused the whole little pack right here to start losing time to the Alpine of Fischer Giannotti. Mark Boog is going to make a risky move on Hector. Hopefully not his teammate, as Mark Boog does have a 30-second time penalty, so that will probably still stick there after the sprint unless he has a clip to remove it. Colin Teague with setting the fastest lap of the race. If you saw there on the top of your screen, he's caught up a lot to Landon Lautenbach, but he's also used a lot of his ERS, so I'm going to try to preserve that. As Mark Boog has a big incident. I didn't catch it. Not too sure what happened. I would have to imagine Hector might have had something to do with it, because they were up pretty close with him after Mark made a risky move around him. So now the Ferrari of Sebastian and Jarrett are both, or the AlphaTauri of Jarrett, are both very behind the top two, and I don't see them getting much closer. Colin Teague still stays with the second behind Landon, but half of the ERS that Landon does have. Not too sure if he's gonna have enough time to catch up, as Jarrett gets the fastest lap of the sprint so far. It'll be an interesting battle for third. Also for first. Really, like, not too sure here how this is all gonna work out, but I think Colin Teague is the only. I don't know. I don't know if using this much ERS is really a good decision. It is lap 5, yes. It is a much shorter around here, I think, than most tracks, but not sure if it's a good decision using that much ERS right now. As Jeffrey Hronka is in the gravel. That might have to do with Mark Boog. The bottom 3 in the roster right now, or the standings, is all of time penalties. A rough start to the weekend for those 3. As the McLaren of Aiden McCrowd gets a 3-second time penalty. Colin Teague still hasn't like fully left Landon yet, but I really don't know if he's gonna get there. He definitely has a very fast Williams, so like if something were to happen to Landon in the main event, I think it's Colin Teague all the way. Jarrett is catching up to Sebastian. He's been on his rear the whole time. These two will have a good battle when it comes down to it. Still trying to pay attention to these top 2. I really don't know if Colin Teague's gonna get there. Landon's he's literally just too fast. Ferrari is one of the fastest cars I've ever seen in this game. He's just flying by. Noah gets a time penalty as well. So that's free spots for Kirsten Bell. Colin Teague is pushing his car to the maximum right now. And it's a Williams, so it's not a Ferrari, you know, it is custom setup still, but oh, and Landon into the gravel. Here comes Colin Teague. Makes the overtake on Landon. What a turn of events. I did not expect Landon to get wide there, but that is huge for Colin Teague, as Ryan Miniker is also making mistakes. He drops to the very, one of the last spots out there. He was running very good as well. But now Landon with the fastest car of the race and way more ERS than Teague. I think it's going to be a close battle now because we got coming up 3 laps to go. Oh, 4. Yeah. Will Teague be able to hold off Laudenbach? I don't really know. I will say this though. The Ferrari teammate of Landon, Sebastian Kukulon, is catching up. It's 2.5 seconds, but oh, okay, wow. Anyways, Landon just easily passed Teague like it was nothing. He used a lot of ERS for it, but completely, I don't know why, he completely missed that, but anyways, that was a piece of cake for Landon, it seemed, but yeah, no, that's it. I don't think Teague can recover from that. It's both have ERS, but still, I just don't know. It's a great battle right now for first. I was gonna say Sebastian is catching up, but they've lost that time now, so I don't think it's even possible, but if they kept battling a little bit more, then I would say yes. That was a very, very clean overtake by Landon on the front stretch. Very impressed with that. Oh, and Fisher Giannotti made a little mistake in Sector 2. Kirsten Bell gets a 3-second time penalty. A lot of time penalties here at Imola. There's only like 7 people who haven't gotten one. It is a tough track around the first few corners, and Sector 1's a very dangerous part. You gotta be perfect about that, which is why you saw something like Landon, where he got off track. Coming to 2 to go very, very shortly. Oh, T goes way off the track. That was not good. Losing a little bit more time now to Landon. He's definitely hurting right now, trying to push as much as he can to get to this Ferrari. I'd say Landon is the definite favorite to win this race and the main event, but anything can happen. We've seen the last few weeks the safety cars really affect the race. If we have something as silly as Baku, then I have no clue what will happen then. Colin Teague is using a lot of his ERS here. I don't know how it's gonna work, but we're coming to 2 to go now, or we are in 2 to go. Colin Teague makes a great overtake. Landon's gonna come right back on the outside and make the pass. It's a very close battle right now. Landon has more ERS, so that's what's gonna be better in the end. Teague's gonna try to make it work. They're side by side. The Williams passes once more. And here comes Landon using a little bit more of his ERS. It doesn't. You think Teague, he can hold him off? I don't know. He's gonna have to save some ERS enough to hold off Landon if he wants to keep that lead entering the front stretch. Now I think this is where Landon's gonna use a lot of it. He's gonna definitely try to pull up a huge run coming to the final lap of the sprint. And we're gonna see something similar to what happened at Jeddah with Sebi and Talmadge. Oh my gosh, Teague is using all of his ERS right now. That might be it. Here he comes. Here comes Landon around the outside. They're in the, Landon's in the gravel. Their ERS is both very, very low. It's going to come down right to it. I think Colin Teague has a good shot at it. Okay, that was odd. Landon lost some time from lag, I think. He's a second back now. It's not over yet. He's one of the fastest out here right now. Jarrett Talmadge is, he's in it. You can see top 2, but I don't think he's going to be able to get there. 2 seconds back. Colin Teague is pulling away. He is little ERS, but as well as Landon. Actually, I don't really know. I really don't know what's going to happen here. What's going to come down to the final straight is Landon gets a great little chicane there. 3% ERS. I don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll find out, because coming to the finish line, it's not very long. About the final corner. Landon's going to try to pull up a run here, but it's going to be Colin Teague winning the sprint race at Imola. Landon Lautenbach second. Another loss. He came so short once again. And then you have Jarrett and Sebastian. They got close too, but not close enough. So Colin Teague wins for Williams, his first sprint race win of the season. Definitely big for the Williams group. I'm really impressed how he was able to hold on there. I don't know what happened to Landon, because entering the corner you see right now, like, he lost like 5/10 or something from some sort of lag. It was really odd. Really, really odd. I'll have to check in the paddock and see what's up. So 8 points goes to Colin Teague. That'll be huge for him in the points. 7 for Landon, so he's catching a little bit up on the leader, the points leader of Jarrett Talmadge. Yeah, that is your full results. Take that as you will. I think Jarrett Talmadge ended up having the fastest lap. I don't know if that matters in a sprint race, but he did have the fastest lap. I think. That's the last time I saw it. Hopefully, Landon can have a race like Bahrain. There's little to no safety cars. You know, no competition. Teague was very fast there at the end, but Landon just needs a very long run, and he'll win this race. Because he's come up short a lot. He won Bahrain, so that was good. But then, after the third race, it's Baku, it's probably his best track in the entire game. He lost to Jarrett on the final straight by 11 thousandths of a second. So, after losing this sprint, it's the streak is kind of continuing for Landon. And I don't want to, put any negative things on Landon, but hopefully he can have a winning run today. I know he doesn't mind second that much, but when you finish second a lot in leagues, it really starts to eat at you. So hopefully he can get a good win here, but we'll have to find out, because from the amount of incidents we saw in the sprint with just the time penalties themselves, I mean, shoot. I think anything is possible. Many safety cars is definitely an easy possibility for today. Looking to the skies, blue skies. The weather is perfect, I think. Perfect track conditions. No rain. It'll be all good. Well, as we're lining up here, there we go. And now we are lights out and green here at Imola. I wish we can get a better angle for that, my god. Entering the first corner, it's gonna be Colin Teague in first. Hector gains a spot. No incidents yet. Looking near the back to see if anything happens. Let's just turn on those real quick. Oh, and Noah's almost around there. I believe that was Noah. That was Mark Boog. My apologies. So the top two are on hards, and the rest is on medium. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out for these two guys. I'm really impressed. We got no incidents yet. No major spinouts, wrecks, etc. Some good old racing so far. No, I'm not trying to be me. I just do not think we get this far without having some sort of a spinout. So Landon might try to pull away to an early lead here on the front stretch. We'll see what he does. No, he'll save his stuff. Everyone's in a very small gap of each other. Watch the top 5 are. After that, it's kind of it. Oh, Sebastian sends it in on Kirsten Bell, who actually had a really good start. And she's been using a lot of her ERS very shortly into this race. That is not how you want to go about things at all. She said she was slow in the sprint. Understandably so, but you cannot be using that much ERS on the first lap. And yes, safety cars will probably happen, but still. Don't want to be reliant on something that might not always happen. So Jarrett has now gotten closer to these top two. Again, you can see him at the top of your screen. The top two are on hards, and the rest of the field's on medium. So Jarrett might get around him quickly here, as Kirsten Bell's lagged out of the session. That's not good for her at all. But the only small benefit I'll give her maybe is saving ERS, not too sure. Mark Boogs, it's the fast lap of the race. We got an incident with Fisher Giannotti. On the front, everything's cleared up now. Even the McLaren of Aiden McCrow is falling back now. Fortunate for those two. Oh! And we got Ryan Miniker in the gravel once more. And his teammate by. That was not good. It's not a safety car, so it's not over yet. But yeah, Mark Boog and the AlphaTauri sent a fast lap of the race, which is interesting. I don't know how. I'll see how far he's come from the start of the race. 5 spots, so really good run from Mark right now. But he's using a lot of ZRS, so I don't know how that's going to work out. I really don't know. Top 2, you can see 97, 98 ERS. That's how you do it. Colin Teague is still eating 4 cars under a blanket. And 3 people just set the fastest lap of the race. It goes to Sebastian Kukelan in 4th. Jarrett's gotten really close to the Ferrari. Oh, and Landon comes off into the gravel. He sits there in 3rd now. Jarrett making the overtake. Now with mediums, Jarrett can maneuver around Colin Teague quickly. Not sure what Aiden McCrow's doing, already going on the softs, but not my worries. Maybe he's in AM mode or something. No McGallard with a 3-second time penalty. That is not good for him. I'm not sure if Kirsten Bell's back yet. Not sure if she is. But she's still sitting in 5th currently, so that's alright for her. So Sebastian passes his teammate, who's on the hards. It'll even out later. But the best one on the hards right now is Colin Teague, who is up to a 1.2 second gap. And I think Jarrett might start trying to eat at that lead. Field's starting to sprout just a tiny bit now, but I think Jarrett's gonna get slowly closer to Teague. Oh, and he gets a 3-second time penalty. I guarantee he'll get a clip of that and it'll probably get taken off, but that might play us to the end of this race. Actually, maybe he'll be able to get that off from the pits. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Colin Teague is gone. He set the fastest lap of the race. Nope, it goes to Sebastian, but he's pretty much around that time. He's very fast. I think he only has 1 IFC win coming at the end of season 1. I'm not too sure about that, but I might be right. It would definitely be a good day for Teague to get his 2nd IFC win. That'd be very good for him in the points. We'll just stay on board with Teague for a good while. Not too much going on at the moment. Now Jarrett has the fastest of the race. Colin Teague keeps trying to set it, but it ain't working out too much. Sebastian closing down on the time to Jarrett just a little bit. Oh, oh man, we got a incident. Not sure what happened, because everyone seems to be, you know, all right. But we have a safety car out now, so that for one definitely helps Kirsten. I don't even know if she's sitting back on the race yet. She's been losing a lot of time. But she might be in AM mode. I'm not too sure. Everyone's gonna enter the pits now. Landon stays out. That's a bit of an interesting call. Might go back in the pits next lap. Let's see if they're gonna have to double stack here. Actually, that's probably why Landon stayed out. So he can get his teammate in there. So Kirsten Bell is on the softs, as well as Fisher Giannotti. I'm just gonna assume that they're both in AI mode, because I don't know if they would. I know they would never make that call, but well, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on here. I don't know why you'd go on softs. It's only lap 8. Maybe you think there's gonna be another safety car, which I guess isn't a crazy possibility. Again, I'm not really too sure what happened, but so Colin T takes the mediums, and Landon Laudenbach takes the hards, but he hasn't pit yet. So I'm just gonna assume he did that so he wouldn't double stack with his teammate. He's gonna pit next time, which it's not a very smart idea because you're gonna lose so much time now, but maybe he's just gonna play the long game. I don't know. Yeah, so Landon's gonna pit now. Put in a tough situation here, so now he's gonna lose so much more time. But technically he would have the freshest tires. So the hards could go about 20 laps or more. I think 23, 24 isn't really pushing it. But I don't think I could see it being where there is not another safety car. Like, I think there is gonna be another safety car. I don't know if the hards play is only gonna work out. Well, actually, no, not. Well, most people are on hards. Landon's on mediums right now, so that'll last to 20 something, and then he might do the softs. So, issue for Landon now is that if there's no safety car, mostly everyone won't pit on the hards. But Landon is probably gonna have to pit. So he's relying on a safety car that might not happen. I think that's what's going on here. Maybe I'm stupid, but that's what I think is happening. But yeah, so you'll have Colin Teague on 2, or he'll be coming in 3-lap old mediums once they get the green flag again. And Jarrett Talmadge, Sebastian Kukla, Hector Garcia, Jose Perez, in a good spot right now, as well as Mark Boog and Jeffrey Hronka. They're all in the hard, so the strategy is, I don't know. It might work out well for Teague. might work out well for Landon. So if there's basically what I'm saying is that if there's a safety car, I think if Landon gains enough spots in those mediums, that's a great opportunity for him to win this race. Not saying he won't from where he is, but it'll just give him a better opportunity to. Because that safety car, when he stayed out, I don't know if that put him in a good position there. So we'll see how it all plays out. Every driver has their own way of doing things, so time will tell. Kirsten Bell's left the session once again. Lots of internet troubles for her. I feel really bad. Hopefully they can get squared away quickly. But as you saw there, safety car in this lap. We're going to be green flag now. Let's try to see if Jose Perez can make a move on Hector. No. Jarrett on the outside. Nope. Alright, won't work. Entering turn 1. Gotta stay behind Teague. No incidents. Landon already up to P7. And with Aiden on the softs, 7-lap old softs, but it's still softs, I guess. He might be able to get around some people. Kind of doubt that, but Landon gotta make some time work quick around these guys. It's gonna be kind of tough because the hards, while it is slow at the start, they can definitely hold them off for a while because they're, you know, experienced, very good. Head of F1. Colin still up front by about a second. We stay on board with Landon Lautenbach. Mark Boog makes a mistake, so Landon Lautenbach and the Ferraris only go by. Jose Perez up ahead. Oh, and Hector Garcia, what in the world goes to the grass for a second there. I'm not too sure what happened, but now they're side by side with the Red Bull, with Jose. And here comes Landon out of nowhere. Almost a 3-wide pass. Jeez. And he's up to 4th with the mediums. What a move. Hector Garcia has something to say about it, though. Almost tried to hit him there. Not try to hit him, but he almost got into him there. And they're in that corner. Being too wide is always risky. Yeah, Landon is pulling away from these guys, and he's going to start catching up to his teammate very quickly. He does have the freshest tires of the entire field right now, and the quickest. So he's in a good spot now, because I don't know if he'll have time to catch up to Teague, but I'm not sure if he still needs that safety car or not. He probably will, along with Teague. Actually, no, yeah, that's a very good point, because if there's no safety car, Teague and Landon, what I would say is probably the 2 fastest cars of the race will not win, unless I'm just going crazy. I don't think mediums can last to end the entire race. But I mean, Jarrett and Sebi, I mean, I don't think they'd be pitting with the hards unless it's that bad around this track, which it might be. It might be that bad. So I'll go for softs at some point near the end, but I don't know. We'll just have to find out because every track's a little bit different with tires. So again, I'm not a very experienced person when it comes to F1, so I'm kind of just learning along, but it's very fun to find out and broadcast this stuff. These broadcasts are way more fun than some of the other things I've done. It's I don't know. It's awesome. It's awesome to watch. But as you can see here, Landon Lauterbach has caught his teammate Sebastian Kukulon, and he's going to get around Jarrett probably quite shortly after Sebastian. Now, Sebastian and Landon, Sebastian lets him by there, they both have time penalties. But Sebastian and Jarrett both have time penalties. So, that might, if they don't get taken off, that's actually going to play a humongous role into the end of this race. We'll just have to find out, man. I don't, because let's say, you know, no safety car. First and third have to pit, and then, you know, Jarrett and Sebi don't. But if they catch up 3 seconds or under, then they win the race. So I don't know if it's gonna happen, but it could. And speaking of time penalties, in McCrown, the McLaren gets a time penalty as well, as Jeffrey Kronka passes him around. Mark Boog finally having a great run this season. He's been really fast with, you know, being teammates with Jarrett Talmadge, but he's running 5th. And while yes, he is using a lot of ZRS, he's just very fast in AlphaTauri. So lots of kudos to him. But now Landon is going to, I think, try to get around Jarrett right here. Yep, he is. And he makes the pass. Now he's got one more person to get around, and that's Colin Teague, and I don't know if that's going to happen yet. Colin Teague he's gone, alright? He's in a different world. 3.3 seconds up, but that is a lot when you're just as fast as the guy in second. But Landon just set up a purple sector 1. So he's on a mission right now, if you couldn't tell. Let's get there we go, that's better. He has a better sector 2. Yeah, I think he might set the fastest lap of the race, potentially right here. They're in the final corners. Yep, that is the fastest lap of the race set by Landon Lauterbach, and it could be way faster. Could be way, way faster, but yeah, he's on a mission, man. He's going for it. From 10th, I think it was from 10th to 2nd, he's gone in about 3-4 laps since the safety car. It's funny because I don't think Landon's even the points leader right now. I could probably go look while we're just sitting here. Yeah, no, Landon is 4th in points. That might sound absolutely insane, but he is actually 4th in points. So, we'll go through the point standings for anyone watching. They're watching in advance. Right now, the point stand, Jarrett Talmadge in the AlphaTauri has 78 in first, with 2 wins in the season, 3 podiums, 3 top 10s, and 2 fastest laps. Now, Hector Garcia is in second with 48, 30 behind Jarrett. No wins, but he has 2 podiums, 3 top 10s, and Sebastian Kukulon, who's 3 points behind Hector with 45. No wins, 1 podium, 3 top 10s, and 1 fastest lap, and 2 poles. So Sebastian, definitely a pole merchant. But, yeah, so Landon in 4th is 2 points behind Sebastian, so 2nd through 3rd is very close together. So Landon can definitely, he can definitely pass and get to 2nd after this race. He can't catch up to 1st, but but he can get to second in points after this race if he does win. He missed a race. I forgot what it was. I think it was Jeddah. I think it might have been Jeddah. Yeah, no, it was Jeddah. So he missed Jeddah, unfortunately, but if he didn't do that, then he could probably be really close to Jarrett right now and have a chance to get the points lead. But he has one win this season at Bahrain, 2 podiums, and 2 top 10s. He just needs to close it out and end up winning the race. But Hector Garcia gets a time penalty as well. Wonder if that'll be taken off later, like maybe the rest of the group will have. But Landon, he's caught up to Teague a little bit. Not enough, but as they're both on similar old tires. I really want to know how their strategy is going to work out compared to everyone else. Because again, Sebastian and Jarrett both have a time penalty. Oh, and we got an incident with Mark Boog. The first sector, he's sitting there on the track. Noah left the session. That sucks for Mark Boog. We were just talking about him. He was doing really good. But he made another mistake once again, unfortunately. But anyways, no safety car there. As I was saying, so if let's say these time penalties did stick to Sebastian and Jarrett. Wait. Oh, we got an Alpine stuck on track, guys. Fisher. Someone in the gravel. That was big. Anyways, okay. With no interruptions this time, third and fourth technically would be like more than 5 seconds back. So obviously that's not enough time, you know, to get in the pits and still be ahead. Obviously. But it could be enough time to, you know, if they don't pit, they can stay on the hards, and these top 2 can, I don't know. I don't know if they'll catch back up. I don't know what the strategy's going to be looking like right now. Maybe the penalties will be taken off after the race. But right now, there's a great battle going on for third. Oh, and Jared spins around from Sebastian. They get back going, but that might end their race with their time penalties, as Jose is caught up to them, as well as Hector, who also has a time penalty. This is great for Jose right now. He can get a podium. Jose Perez can get a podium. That might be his first podium in IFCA. I'm not too sure. I don't have this stat in front of me. He does have low ERS, though, so that's not good at all. But maybe he can manage. But yeah, that was a very big incident for these 2 drivers. But Landon and Teague are all smiles right now because they know that they have a very good chance at losing little to no spots. Because when they pit, it'll take a little bit and they'll get passed, and it'll be about 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds down from that little pack right there. But all you gotta do is take probably another set of mediums or softs, and you're good to go. That's it. You won the race. So now Landon, what he has to do is his plan has worked out really well. But the plan is or the question is, how long are these 2 gonna go on their mediums, and will they go on the softs? Will they go on a set of mediums? I don't think you can even do that, but we'll have to just find out once they start pitting. As Colin Teague is starting to get some lap traffic of Fisher Giannotti. Landon's starting to catch up to Colin Teague. You can see him. Well, he can kind of start to see him in front of him now. 2.5 seconds back. That is a lot to catch up. Jose Perez is using a lot of his ERS back here. I don't really know if that's a good decision, but, you know, alright. I really don't know what the motive is here. He's swerving his car a lot. Don't know if that really is a strategy or if that's internet lag, but... Yeah, so Jose's goal right now, or actually I would say Hector is in the prime position to get a podium. Thinking that third and fourth keep their time penalties because he has enough ERS to get around Jose at the very end of this race once the push comes to shove. Anyways, Landon just got a big chunk of that lead out of Colin Teague. He's caught about 6/10 now, about 4 in that one corner. Wonder if that lap car is getting dirtier. Oh, and never mind. Jose Perez also with a time penalty. So these guys have a time penalty, which means they're basically just still racing right now for position. Because I mean, yeah, we got Jeffrey in 7th, who's 12 seconds back. I mean, he's so you get the idea here. What's going on? So now the time penalties don't really matter. They can just fight for their own spot. Sebastian makes a great overtake on Jarrett, entering the first corner. But now as they pass the lap car, Landon is now 1.6 back from Teague. He's a little bit more of his ERS, but 1 lap better tires, I guess, is doing a huge difference for him. Because he is getting a lot of slipstream, and he is hauling butt on the Williams right now. Hector's definitely cheering his teammate on, hoping that they can win their first race of the season. Not sure if a Williams has ever won an IFC before. Again, we don't have that kind of stats, but definitely first of the season if they can hold it off. It's funny though, because if Jeffrey Runco, you know, didn't have any mistakes and he caught up to Hector, he could literally get podium by just existing. But again, time penalties after the race can be taken off via clips and stuff for proof of, oh, well, you know, I shouldn't have got it. But I mean, I don't know what the leniency on that kind of stuff is, because it is Imola, so I don't know. I forgot to mention this earlier, but Kirsten Bell did DNF. Not sure what happened there, but she's out of the race, unfortunately. Landon Lauterbach under a second now of Colin Teague. He is absolutely flying right now. And with a 13-second gap on Sebastian, I say pitting whenever is just, it feels fine to them. Because, actually, you know what? What could happen is that they'll just go to the end. They might not even need to pit because they're so far ahead. .8 now from the leader. I think he's gonna get a huge run on the front stretch right here. But yeah, as I'm saying, like, I don't even think they'll have to pit. So now, oh, okay, so now Landon Lautenbach is gonna take pits. What is he gonna get though? He gets the softs. Okay, so now he's gonna cook with the softs. And he's just now getting passed by third and fourth, so it's over for those guys, I have to assume. Colin Teague might be coming in next time. But yeah, Landon he's fine. He's actually fine. There's nothing wrong with what he's doing right now. I wouldn't think. Those guys up there might not pit, but I don't know. We'll see. Landon could have made a bad call if he doesn't catch up. I guarantee he will absolutely fly once he starts, you know, sending down some laps. But not sure if he went too soon with the softs, or if he should have pitted at all. We'll have to find out. But for right now, Colin Teague's still out on the track, and every time he comes by the pits, we'll find out if he's actually going to pit or not. He's still gaining time, just a little bit, on the guys in second. I mean, he's 15 seconds back. He's not pit here. Landon has already gained 2 seconds on Hector. 2.5, actually. He's going to be trying to set the fastest laps of the race right here. Like he's going to be a fireball, absolute fireball. Colin Teague doesn't pit, then Landon's not winning this race, but Landon can definitely get second. And for sure second if the time penalties for those 4 stay in place. Again, I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but we're just going to assume right now that the time penalties are staying in place, just for the sake of the broadcast. But we'll find out afterwards, unless we can't find out at that point in time. But Jarrett's not really catching that much on Teague. He keeps gaining and then he keeps losing, so yeah. Landon now already gained about 3.5 seconds. Oh. Jordan Edwards causing a bit of a yellow there, but it's alright. No safety car. If there was a safety car, but I tell you what, Landon could have been screwed from that. So he's probably breathing a sigh of relief right now. Yeah, 18 lap hards and 19 lap mediums, being 15 seconds ahead and keeping that is crazy for Teague, but he's doing it, and he's doing it perfectly. And by the way, he did not pit. So, I think Colin Teague is going to not pit. I don't know if he has to pit. I don't think he does. And Landon made he's gaining a lot now, but that strategy call might have not have been a good one, because now we can think that Colin Teague will not pit, and Landon might lose out on another race, which honestly could have been easily preventable, but we'll see how this works out, because coming as 5 to go, his softs are still very fresh. Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll have to just find out. So now we're going to look back at the Williams. Now, we're not even sure how his tire wear is doing right now. It might be very, very low. He still kept a good distance from second place. Teague has. So he might actually have to pit from just his tire wear. I never really considered tire wear because it never comes into play, but right now it might be coming into play because he's on the medium. So as Sebastian just passed Jarrett on the front once more. That'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Teague has to pit. He will be, and if he doesn't pit, he is going to be creeping, literally like creeping across this track for the next few laps. But maybe he saved enough. I don't know. So Landon passed Jose. Now he's gonna overtake Hector right here. Oh, he does not. Hector's not letting him by. Not that easily. Landon gets loose. Oh, that was not good. That could have been really bad. Can't be losing the time like that to Hector. Oh my. And he almost passed him there. But got loose and a little bit of lag once more. Conti not going to pit. We know where this is going. Everything is in favor of Conti right now. I genuinely do not think Landon's going to get it here. He does pass Hector, but now he's really far back from these top two. From the... Oh, wait. Jordan Edwards. Correct. Okay, no safety car. But yeah, so Landon's far away from third and second. If time penalty stays for Jerry, he'll get a podium, but still, like, that's... He lost out on second, and probably the race win if he didn't pit. Because he has the fastest car. One of the fastest. If not, you know, fastest car, the second fastest car of the entire race, so... I don't think that was a good strategy call from Landon. Because now, Colin Teague, all he has to do is just chill. That's all he has to do. Sevi is gaining, but only 2 seconds. It's not going to be enough. We could look at his tires right now, his tire wear. It might be a lot more interesting, because, you know, maybe they could blow on the final lap. I don't know, because he is just the same amount of lap wear as the guys in the hards with the mediums, so I don't... It seems that he's fine. 3 laps remaining. So yeah. This is the... I think right now though, it doesn't really matter what happens. I think Teague just has it all in the bag. But he's starting to lose a good chunk of time now, and I don't think it's going to be enough, but he is losing a good bit of time. Landon now 3 seconds back from Sebastian. But... Okay, I think... I don't know if Landon's got enough time to get to second, though. They still have the lap car to pass with Fisher, which Fisher will let him by, but... Yeah, if things stay the way they are, I would say that Teague had, you know, if Sebi didn't get into Jarrett, Teague would probably not have this strategy work out as well as it could right now, but it's really working out, and we have car off the track, but there's no more safety cars. There's 2 laps to go here at Imola, and... yeah, Colin Teague's strategy worked out very, very well. This is gonna be one of the biggest margins of a win by the... Ugh, I can't speak. One of the biggest win margins, probably in the whole season. Well, at least as of right now. But with Colin Teague having 10 points on Jarrett's 70 or so, it's definitely good for him. He'll definitely catch up a lot. Landon now 1.5 back from Sebastian. It probably won't be enough unless he can really use a lot of ERS here, but they also have a lot of ERS saves. So we will be coming to the white flag. The last lap of the race, Teague is using up all of his ERS. His tires seem fine. He just has to roll them around one more time. 1 lap to go here at Imola. He's out of ERS. Using that thing up dry. 12 seconds up the road from second. Great strategy. Dominant performance. Was faster than Laudenbach. Won the sprint. Didn't win the pole, but he won the sprint. And now, seeming that he will win this race, Colin Teague He's going to have a max points day, which is going to be absolutely huge. Well, actually, I'm not sure if he's going to get fast lap, but for the most part, he's getting a lot of points here at Imola, and he will catch up a lot in points. But most importantly, I think it will be his second win in IFC, and first for the Williams this season. Hector turn him on. Oh, and Mark Boog gets fastest lap, so that's interesting. But coming off the final corners, Colin Teague will be your winner for the first time this season here at Imola. What a great performance from Colin Teague. And off the final corner, Laudenbach will not have enough, and he chokes one away with the softs. He really could have won this race. He does get second with the time penalties, but not too sure if that's going to work out if they get taken off later. But Landon really, he didn't have to pit there. He was gaining on Teague already. I really don't know why he had to pit for softs, but if he didn't, he would have probably won the race. It would have been a great battle for the finish. But that ended up with Colin Teague having the race win. And the fastest lap of the race will go to Mark Boog, I believe. Unless Aiden McCrow can figure something out here, which he won't. So yeah. Colin Teague gets I think, like 30-something points. So that is huge. Absolutely huge. Huge points day. Very good performance from the Williams. I believe Hector is a very happy teammate right now. What a race. Mark Boog says congrats to Colin Teague. 5-second penalty. Well, yeah, we won't get any interviews from this race, but man, what a race. A very clean one, actually. So, great job to Colin Teague. First place. Driver of the day is definitely Landon Laudenbach, but he for sure could have made a way better call at the end there, and I would say most times that, well, I mean, maybe he was running his tire was low, like his wear was just gonna go bad, but I think he definitely could have stayed out with Teague and run him down to win the race. I don't think taking softs was the good call there, because he lost so much time. Even after getting second from all the time penalties, I don't think it was worth it. But yeah, so we'll look at the race director at the end here. We'll wrap up things. There's your finishing results. I don't think I can even go down, so. That's everyone. He gets 25 points. Gains 10 on Jarrett. And, well, actually, no. T gets 33 points. My bad. He gains 12 on Jarrett. So, very good weekend for Colin Teague. I can't do anything. There we go. There we go. Okay, good. So, results of the sprint. Results in the race. Let's go to the race director. We'll just, if I can even go through it real quick. Probably won't be able to, but whatever. Yeah, I guess not. Well, could have been a better day for Landon, but he will end up with P4, I think, because the time penalties will get taken off. Colin Teague wins by about 12 seconds. Dominant performance, almost max points day. But yeah, that'll about do it for this week's edition of the International Formula Championship for the OMA Season 3. Not sure what we got next week, but I'll try to be able to stream that race. So yeah, that'll about do it. Thank y'all for watching. I'm Landon Lyle, and I'll see y'all next week.